6 is laying back full lane behind.
Green flag.
What is up, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining in to the Dad Be Gaming channel. I've got 30 laps at Michigan coming right at you. So we're just going to get right into it. We started off in P4. This was a pretty good race. My father was actually in P5 right behind me. As you can see, number 21 back in the caddy corner from our truck here. And yeah, we started off very strong. We were very happy to be this far up in the grid, even though we were not necessarily racing for points. We are both trying to, further up the license. We're in C class now, trying to get up into B class. We're very close. So this race was already, going into it, we were looking at this as, hey, let's kind of lay back, make sure we get 0x points, and let's get up into B class. So we get up into this lobby. Miraculously, we're in the same lobby. And then, he's putting down a quality time. Turned out he ended up getting like P3 on the grid to start. And then I came out a little late. And I ended up getting, I forget the exact lap time, but it was good enough to get me up into P4. And so that's how we started. Right here, we're just kind of trying to hold on, get these tires warmed up. Kind of staying in position as best as we can. We do got 30 more laps, 29 more laps to go. So we really got to stretch these tires because I had a good feeling that this was not going to be one of those races where people are taking tires. And we started off good. We ended up racing for, I think, 21, 22 laps, 23 laps without a caution. So that is huge in this truck series. Ultimately, it led me, I'm pretty decent at keeping the tires at bay, but when you run hard for 22, 23 laps on a super speedway like this, you're going to be wearing them down a little bit. So unfortunately, towards the end of the race, when that caution came out, and you guys will see, or all you clickbaiters, if you just want to jump right into it, it'll be about halfway to 3/4 of the way through this video. But that caution came out. Everybody behind me but a couple guys pitted for tires. It was going to be a green-white checkered, so I was going to take the risk. I felt like I had good tire wear throughout the whole race because I wasn't pushing too hard into these corners and kind of letting the truck do its thing, rolling in, rolling out, and easy on the gas. So when you can kind of do all that, it does boost your confidence a little bit when it comes to the tire wear. So, coming at the end of the race, when everybody started to pit with tires, I started talking to the crew chief. And basically what we came up with is I was going to stay out and just hang on for dear life, seeing if I could hold them off for 3 laps. I felt confident in the cool tires from going around a couple laps at pace. And yeah, so we tried it. And ultimately, as you can see by the beginning of the video, it did not work in our favor. So one thing I did learn, though, was I think, my kind of game plan going behind this was I could hear the guy's engine next to me. Okay. You can tell, kind of what gear that guy's in. So he was in, 3rd gear. I could tell by the RPM. So I was keeping it in 3rd gear. We kind of did a little roll around, turn 3 into turn 4. I got the go ahead once I got in the box, and I dropped from 3rd gear into 2nd gear, which was a huge mistake. I honestly should have just had a nice easy launch, but I was trying to be too gutsy at the beginning and trying to get maybe a couple car lengths ahead of him into turn 1. But I knew that was a far reach, but it's one of those things that if you can pull it off, it's legendary. And if you fail, well, it's a rookie mistake. So those are kind of the things we got to live with. But hey, as long as you can learn from that mistake, I guarantee you the next time I'm in that position, I will remember that exact moment. But anyways, let's get on to the race here. So we're hanging on for dear life. We've made it up into P2. We've got 15 to go. The tires were looking real good here. The guys behind me just could not hang on. I mean, it's like every turn I was rolling in super deep. And even the times I was trying to, reduce my tire wear and they would get close to me, I would just pull away every time, which is a really good feeling. I was building a lot of confidence going up through this race, which, when you're trying to go for even a podium, that's really what you need. So, but yeah, so we're hunting down P1. He's got a good lead on us. I think it says, 1.5, or yeah, second and a half, 1.4 seconds, which isn't bad, but something, I thought this whole time was this guy was just, really fast and really good at reducing his tire wear. But, you'll see here in about 4 or 5 laps, his tires really start to fall off. And actually, you're going to start seeing right now his tires falling off. And when that happens, you're going to see how close I'm pulling in on every corner. This is why tire wear is huge in racing, even on these little 30 lap stints. I mean, 21 laps, 22 laps going hard, that really starts to put the wear on him. As you can see here, he's really starting to lose them. He's hanging up on the high line, can't seem to find the tire grip, but he was trying. I will give it to him. I give respect to a guy who can stay out in front that far ahead for 22 laps, but as you can see, his tires are really just starting to fail him here. I'm pulling in real nice. The guy behind me is actually catching me because the guy in front of me is slowing me down at this point. So we're going to start getting behind him, working in that draft, kind of planning our overtake any second. Unfortunately, Senior did fall back a little bit in this race. I think someone had tagged him, and we didn't really get the finish placement we wanted, but ultimately we did not come into this race trying to finish at a good position. We tried to come in here and get 0x so we can get up into B class, but as you can see, about 2 laps in, I had completely forgot about getting into B class and was strictly focused on P1. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think that gets the best of every racer. It's hard to get into these races and not want to be competitive, especially when it's just in your blood. I started off in P5, so that was already like a red flag for me to try to not get in the top 3 or even the top 2. So, but hey, we tried it. We got up here. We're going to be giving this guy an overtake here very shortly, and then our treacherous caution is going to come out and pretty much set the tone for the end of the race. Big rookie mistake on my end, man. It was very, very hard to live with that last night. When you make a big mistake like that in a big lobby, in a ranked race for that matter, it's something that just doesn't sit right with you quite right. And I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You got to live and learn from that. But, we got the overtake in. So I think at this point, his tire wear just really was just getting out of hand. He came in, tagged my bumper, and just fell 4 or 5 cars behind. And then, if I'm not mistaken here, he is the one who caused the accident, which ultimately brought out the caution. These guys behind me have really pulled in close. So, I just tuck in. I start trying to, create some distance between us. And then that caution comes out. So, we're going to get right into the end of the race, though. I appreciate if anybody stuck with us this long. Make sure you drop a like. Hit that subscribe button. This is a newer channel, so that would greatly boost us. You have no idea. Oh, my gosh. And he loses it. Absolutely loses it. Rookie mistake. Green, white, checkered. Spins it on the restart. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys for joining in. I really appreciate it. Like I said, if you made it this long, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Boost this channel up. Peace. We out here.